What's up? It's Destiny back again for another video, and today we are going to talk about constitutional carry. July 1st, 2023, the state of Florida is now going to be entering constitutional carry. What does that mean? What does that look like? Talk to me, tell me more. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about constitutional carry that takes place July 1st, 2023 for the state of Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis has signed in, what is it called? The HB 543, constitutional carry. Again, making Florida the 26th state that will be participating in this. So this is not a new concept. This is not something egregious. I saw a lot of outrage on the internet from different people. Oh my God, Florida, oh my God, why would they do this? I don't understand the outrage when, again, we will be the 26th state to join in doing this. Other states have been doing this. So Florida is just now coming on board. I've gotten a lot of questions about this. I live in the state of Florida. If you do not already know, yes, I live in Florida. And I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of assume that everyone in Florida has a gun. That's just my take on things. I already assumed that. So, but that's not always the case. A lot of people in Florida do not have guns, don't carry guns, don't wish to carry guns or involve themselves with firearms, and that's perfectly fine. So what does it mean to now be constitutional carry, which is permitless carry? Means you don't have to go through the process to have a carry conceal permit or license to carry concealed in this state. For me, I have been carrying and I've had a carry concealed permit to do so. I went through the process, took the class, went shooting, did the background check, gave the fingerprints, they approved. I got my concealed carry license permit, which allows me to carry my firearm concealed inside of places that allow me to do so. Real briefly, let's just say where you cannot carry, whether you have a permit or not. So these are things that you learn when you take a class. These are some of the things that I learned when I took my class. I learned about the places where I cannot carry my firearm, although I have a permit. So now that you will not need a permit, you have to know that you still cannot carry in these places. I'm just going to read off some of these places. Places: the police department, jail or prison, the airport, a court of law, legislator, the schools, college, universities, or any events that are conducted by these institutions. You cannot carry. And I will add, hospitals that have a mental ward. If you go to a hospital in this state of Florida, read the laws on your locations in the state that you live in the state of Florida is what I'm talking about. You cannot go into a hospital that has a mental ward and carry your firearm, even if you have a carry concealed permit, and even if it's after the date of July 1st, 2023, where you don't need a permit. There are still some places to which you cannot take your firearm in. And I think it's very important that people know that and understand that. And that is what you learn when you take basic firearm classes. That is what I learned when I took my basic firearm class to get my concealed carry permit. Now, for me, I'm going to keep my concealed carry permit with me at all times. I'm going to keep it with my license. I don't leave the house without my license. I'm not going to leave my house without my permit, even after the date of July 1st, 2023. That's just something that I'm just going to do when it comes time for renewal. I might still renew it just in case. We have seen where laws have been changed, and then because of some fine print or some loopholes people aren't privy to, and it comes and bites them, they're not gonna bite me. So I'm just gonna keep all my things, my documentations, my licenses, my permits. I'm gonna keep them with me and keep them current as we are too. So a few questions that I get. Interestingly enough, I got questions from my mom and my aunt. both who don't conceal carry, both who don't own firearms, both who have no interest in shooting or carrying or owning a firearm. And they had questions. Well, what does this look like? Are people still going to take classes? Are there still going to be background checks? Are there still going to be this and that and the third? Here are the answers. People will not be required to take classes any longer. Should they? Yes. If you are carrying a firearm, if you have a firearm in your household, if you plan on carrying, you should take classes regularly. Not just the intro to firearms, not just the basic firearm classes, but keep up the skill, keep up the knowledge. Laws are changing every so often. You want to be up to date on those things as well. So people should still take firearm classes, even though it's not required, even though it's not mandatory. You should still take classes. No matter how long you've been shooting. Oh, my grandpa taught me 29 years ago. We've been shooting in the backyard. Still take classes to learn. You want to remain a student in a field like this because, like I said, things are changing ever so often. You want to stay privy to the most current things. But no, they won't be made mandatory to take classes. Should they? Absolutely. What was the other question? Oh, and to couple with that, are instructors going to be obsolete? Should people still try to become an instructor, or will that be something that's no longer needed? If you still feel that you want to be a firearm instructor, although your state is constitutional carry or permitless carry, still go for that. Like I said, there are still going to be people that are needing the knowledge, still people that are going to be wanting the knowledge, wanting to better their skill, wanting to stay current with the laws and all of the things. So I still would see it as a good field to be in. I still would say if you want to be an instructor, go ahead and be an instructor. I don't think you're going to take a loss in that because just like now, people who have firearms, they don't go to classes, that will be the same. But people who do have firearms, take classes, they're still going to take classes even after July 1st. So I would say still go for it if that's something that you're looking for. Another question was, is crime going to be increased? And people always ask this question when it comes to changes in gun laws. Oh, if we have more laws, we're going to stop crime. No, we're not. Because everywhere a crime is committed with a firearm, there's a law that says you can't come in here with that firearm. Mass shootings, where are they doing them at? Soft targets, schools, hospitals, things of that nature. There are laws to tell you. I just read you some of them. There are laws to tell you you can't come in here with a firearm. What do? They go in there with a firearm. Because why? Criminals do not care about your laws. They do not care about your rules. They do not care about your legislation. They're going to do what they want to do because they have ill intent already. Doesn't matter the tool they're going to use. We just saw where the dude choked out a man. If they have the intent to do harm, they're going to do harm regardless of the tool or the law that is in place. So in my opinion, I don't think crime is going to go up. I told you I live in Florida. It's kind of the wild, wild west as it is. So I don't think that crime is going to increase. I think that people are going to realize that other people have firearms. So let me not engage in certain behaviors. Let me not engage in certain things because there is that risk that that person does have a firearm and who knows what they're going to do with it. So I don't think crime is going to increase. My hope is that people are going to be mindful. People are going to understand you can't just do anything with anybody because you don't know if they're carrying. Just as it is now, you don't know who's carrying. So I don't think it's going to be an influx in crime. It's going to give good people an opportunity to be able to defend themselves and protect their lives. That's what I think is going to happen. And that's what the Second Amendment is all about. Good people with firearms protecting their life and their loved ones and their homes. And that is our birthright. It's our birthright to be able to protect and defend ourselves. So I think it's going to be something good. I don't think it's going to be anything negative. What else did I want to share on this? I did have a few little notes. Permitless carry does not mean open carry. Florida is not an open carry state unless you are hunting, fishing. Then you can open carry your firearm. But other than that, it has to be concealed carry. And that means no one can see that you have a firearm on you because it's concealed underneath your clothing. I have many videos on my Instagram showing women particularly, but men can take advice from that as well, on how to conceal carry your firearm. What else? I think that's all I really had to say about concealed carry. Is your state permitless carry? Are they leaning towards going permitless carry? And how do you feel about these states going permitless carry? Do you feel that it helps us? Do you feel that it hurts us? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like this hit the like button, like this video, share this with other people. And yes, leave me a comment below. Is your state permitless carry? Are they leaning towards that way? If you love someone, tell them I love you all. Okay, so I was editing this video, so really quick, I wanted to make mention about background checks because I know that is always an area of concern for people. And when you go to get your concealed carry permit, you do go through a pretty intensive background check. You're given fingerprints. It's sent off. Some people, it was taking 3 months. It took me about a month to get mine approved. Whereas when you go to the gun store, they are running a background check, but it takes from 20 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. Some longer for some people, but for me, it's always been about 20-30 minutes. The longest I've ever had to wait was like almost 2 hours. And that's for purchasing a pistol or a rifle. And I know a lot of people are concerned, oh, well, are they still going to have background checks if they're going to go to permitless carry? Yes, if you purchase a firearm legally, you are still going to have to go under a background check. Now, the intensity from that type of background check to getting your concealed carry license, I don't know the differences. I'm sure there are differences. That might be an issue that people are voicing their concerns for, but nonetheless, you're still going through a background check when you purchase any firearm legally. You are going through a background check. So, you know, I just wanted to go ahead and add that in there. Let me get back to editing.